Golden Age stars we admire were not only dazzling on screen but sometimes carried haunting secrets. Before entering the glamorous world of Hollywood, some of them were trained as real-life assassins, living under strict discipline and cold, unyielding orders. The contrast between the spotlight and the darkness of their past makes their story both captivating and chilling. Join us as we uncover these dual lives, where power, danger, and survival intertwine in ways almost unbelievable. Audie Murphy was born in 1925 in Kingston, Texas, into a poor family. His childhood was filled with loss and hardship. His mother passed away when he was only 5, and his father was unable to provide adequately, forcing Audie to leave school to help support the family. When World War II broke out, he volunteered to enlist at the age of 17, despite his small stature and weight, and quickly proved his extraordinary courage on the battlefields of Europe. In a 1944 battle in France, Murphy single-handedly manned a machine gun against 50 attacking German soldiers, maintaining fire for hours and saving his entire unit from destruction. This action earned him the Medal of Honor, the highest military award in the United States. He also received 2 Silver Stars, 4 Bronze Stars, and 3 Purple Hearts for his bravery and for continuing to fight despite being wounded multiple times. During the Alsace campaign, Murphy patrolled under heavy fire, rescued trapped soldiers, and repeatedly ventured into dangerous areas to gather intelligence. After the war, Audie Murphy returned to the U.S. as a living hero but did not want his life to be defined solely by the military. With his striking appearance and heroic reputation, he entered Hollywood and became one of the most famous action and Western stars of the 1950s and 1960s. His most notable film was To Hell and Back, 1961, adapted from his autobiography, in which Murphy recounted his real-life battles and courage. His performances always carried a steely gaze, reflecting the true spirit of a soldier. Despite his Hollywood success, Murphy faced the psychological aftermath of war, including PTSD and haunting memories of death and violence. He lived a short but meaningful life, serving as a rare example of a real-life warrior becoming a Hollywood icon. Audie Murphy's story is not only a legend of war but also an extraordinary journey from poverty and suffering to bravery and cinematic glory, a lasting symbol of courage and human resilience. Charles Durning was born in 1923 in New York into a working-class Irish-American family. His childhood was full of hardship, with his family living in poverty, and he had to become self-reliant from an early age. When World War II broke out, Durning volunteered to join the U.S. Army and quickly took part in key campaigns across Europe. He directly participated in the Normandy landings on June 6, 1944, one of the most critical battles of the war, and later fought fiercely in Belgium and Luxembourg. During combat, Durning was seriously wounded but continued to fight, saving his comrades and completing dangerous missions. He was awarded the Purple Heart along with numerous other medals, and his bravery earned the deep respect of both his fellow soldiers and commanding officers. These experiences shaped his resilient character, endurance, and profound understanding of people. After the war, Durning entered Hollywood and became one of America's most respected veteran actors. He appeared in hundreds of films and television shows, from supporting roles to lead characters, leaving a lasting impression with his versatile performances, authentic expressions, and psychological depth. Notable roles include Dog Day Afternoon, where he played an introspective police officer, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, showcasing his comedic and emotional skills, Tootsie, highlighting his charisma and complex dialogue scenes, and The Muppet Movie, demonstrating his ability to adapt to various styles. Durning was nominated for 2 Oscars and received numerous other awards, affirming his enduring talent and professional reputation. What made Charles Durning truly remarkable was his combination of real-life courage and outstanding artistic ability. His wartime experiences not only forged a resilient character but also enabled him to convey deep, authentic emotion in every role, allowing audiences to feel the depth of his characters. Although he passed away in 2012 at the age of 89, Durning is remembered as a symbol of bravery, determination, and exceptional acting talent, a real-life hero who conquered both the battlefield and the silver screen. Lee Marvin was born in 1924 in New York, notable not only for his distinctive deep voice but also for his sharp gaze and unmistakable ruggedness. His youth was far from easy. When World War II broke out, Marvin joined the U.S. Army and directly participated in the landings at Saipan and Okinawa, 2 of the fiercest battles in the Pacific Theater. During these battles, he was seriously wounded and underwent a long recovery, but it was these injuries and harsh experiences that forged a resilient, unyielding character and shaped the rugged persona that would later become his trademark on screen. After the war, Lee Marvin brought all of these experiences to the silver screen. He quickly became an icon of the tough guy roles, portraying police officers, soldiers, veterans, or antisocial characters who exuded an irresistible presence. His standout roles, including Cat Ballou, 1965, winning the Academy Award for Best Actor, The Dirty Dozen, 1967, Point Blank, 1967, and The Big Red One, 1980, all reflected a combination of real-life combat experience and natural acting talent. Audiences not only saw a rugged exterior but also felt the depth of his inner life, complexity, and the psychological scars Marvin carried. What set Lee Marvin apart was his ability not only to embody strong, tough characters but also to turn anti-hero roles into cinematic icons, blending dark humor, cunning, and a balance between violence and humanity. He passed away in 1987, yet his gritty roles, piercing gaze, and distinctive voice continue to live on, leaving an indelible mark on Hollywood history. James Maitland Stewart was born in 1908 in Indiana, Pennsylvania, into a middle-class family. His youth was marked by serious study. He initially pursued a business degree at Princeton University, but his passion for acting led him to shift to Hollywood. With a relatable face, warm voice, and sincere gaze, Stewart quickly became an icon of the everyman, honest, upright men who audiences could easily connect with on screen. When World War II broke out, Stewart did not choose the safety of Hollywood but volunteered to join the U.S. Army Air Forces. He trained as a bomber pilot and directly participated in numerous critical campaigns in Europe. Stewart rose to the rank of lieutenant colonel and later colonel, completing many dangerous strategic bombing missions, and was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, Air Medal, and several other honors. These experiences not only forged his courage but also left a deep mark, giving him profound insight into human emotions, which he later conveyed vividly in his acting. Returning to Hollywood after the war, James Stewart continued to be one of the top film stars. He was known for roles that were both relatable and psychologically deep, from George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life, 1946, a symbol of virtue and kindness, to Jefferson Smith in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, 1939, and complex roles in Hitchcock films like Rear Window, 1954, and Vertigo, 1958. Stewart won the Oscar for Best Actor for his role in The Philadelphia Story, 1940, and received numerous honorary awards, confirming his timeless talent. What made James Stewart truly remarkable was his combination of Hollywood star and real-life hero. His wartime experiences shaped his steadfast character, courage, and deep empathy, all of which he brought authentically to every role. He passed away in 1997 at the age of 89, yet the image of the honest, upright man, both on screen and in real life, continues to live on in Hollywood history and in the hearts of audiences. Neville Brand was born in 1920 in Griswold, Pennsylvania, into a working-class family. From a young age, he developed a tough character and strong determination, preparing himself for life's challenges. When World War II broke out, Brand joined the U.S. Army, directly participating in critical campaigns in Europe, including incursions into areas occupied by Nazi forces. His military experience helped him cultivate courage, the ability to endure pressure, and a resilient fighting spirit. The lessons learned from war also shaped his strong physique and cold, rugged demeanor, which later became his distinctive trademark on screen. After the war, Neville Brand entered Hollywood with a striking tough guy image. He quickly gained fame for his ability to portray villains, gangsters, soldiers, or cold yet captivating characters. Some of his notable roles include Stalag 17, 1953, where he showcased inner strength and fighting spirit, The Wild One, 1953, reflecting toughness and rebellion, and Cape Fear, 1962, portraying a powerful antagonist who left audiences both frightened and impressed. Viewers remembered Neville Brand not only for his angular features and piercing gaze but also for his ability to convey genuine emotions, making each role both intimidating and vivid. What set Neville Brand apart was his combination of real-life combat experience and acting talent, turning seemingly simple villain roles into dynamic characters with depth. Although he was not a top Hollywood star, Brand is remembered as an icon of strong, rugged roles and a real-life war veteran. He passed away in 1992, but the image of the tough, cold, yet vibrant man continues to leave a lasting mark in the history of American cinema. Sterling Walter Hayden was born in 1916 in Montclair, New Jersey, into an ordinary family but with a strong sense of adventure. His youth was tied to the sea, working as a sailor before entering Hollywood, which built his extraordinary physical strength, toughness, and ability to face extreme challenges. When World War II broke out, Hayden volunteered for the U.S. Navy, serving in the OSS Naval Special Operations, the precursor to the CIA. He directly participated in extremely dangerous missions, infiltrating Nazi-occupied territories to gather intelligence, taking part in Pacific naval operations, facing the constant risk of submarine attacks and mines, and performing special operations in active combat zones, always on the edge between life and death. These experiences forged his steel-like spirit, determination, and survival skills under maximum danger. After the war, Hayden brought all these intense experiences to the screen. He quickly stood out in Hollywood with his striking appearance, strong physique, and cold yet captivating presence. He became an iconic figure in film noir and action movies, often portraying tough, complex characters who radiated strength and authority. Notable roles include The Asphalt Jungle, 1950, showcasing the weight of decisions and morality in a criminal world, The Killing, 1956, as a cunning yet determined robber, and Dr. Strangelove, 1964, blending authority, intellect, and icy precision in a wartime context. What made Sterling Hayden extraordinary was the combination of real-life combat experience under extreme danger and artistic talent, making each role vivid, layered, and authentic. Audiences could see not only a strong character on screen but also sense the real man behind it, shaped by a past full of adventure, courage, and repeated brushes with death. He passed away in 1986, yet the image of a tough, cold, yet vibrant man remains deeply etched in Hollywood history, a symbol of strength, intelligence, and human extraordinariness. Robert Ryan was born in 1909 in Chicago, Illinois, into a middle-class family. From a young age, he showed seriousness, strong will, and self-reliance, preparing for the major challenges of life. Initially studying education, Ryan quickly realized his true passion was acting and stepped into Hollywood, where he soon stood out for his rugged appearance, piercing eyes, and distinctive deep voice. When World War II broke out, Ryan joined the U.S. Army, participating in tactical training courses, handling real weapons, and engaging in dangerous combat simulations where accidents and injuries were possible. The military environment, especially during World War II, required soldiers to remain alert, react quickly, and face the constant risk of death or injury, even without direct combat experience on the battlefield. While he did not participate in specific battles, Ryan directly observed and learned from real tactics and hazardous operations, gaining a profound understanding of risk, survival, and the ethics of warfare. This military experience honed his discipline, resilience under pressure, and deep insight into human behavior in life and death situations, helping him naturally embody roles of soldiers, officers, or characters facing difficult and dangerous decisions. After the war, Robert Ryan became one of Hollywood's most prominent actors of the 1940s-1960s, especially known for his villains and psychologically complex characters. Notable films include Crossfire, 1947, where he portrayed a morally conflicted antagonist, The Setup, 1949, reflecting resilience and survival in a violent world, The Dirty Dozen, 1967, showcasing military strength and combat spirit, and The Wild Bunch, 1969, in which he displayed toughness, coldness, and authority. Audiences remember Ryan not only for his stern face and piercing gaze but also for his ability to convey authentic and layered emotions, making each character both intimidating and relatable. What made Robert Ryan extraordinary was his combination of military experience and acting talent, transforming seemingly simple villain roles into deep, realistic, and vivid characters. He passed away in 1973, but the image of a tough, cold, yet deeply nuanced man continues to live on in Hollywood history, symbolizing strength, determination, and refined acting artistry. Telly Savalas was born in 1922 in Garden City, New York, into a Greek-American family. His childhood was marked by financial and health challenges, but these hardships shaped his strong will, toughness, and decisive character. Initially studying to become a teacher, Savalas discovered his true passion was acting and entered Hollywood, where he quickly stood out for his striking appearance, signature bald head, deep voice, and piercing gaze. When World War II broke out, Savalas joined the U.S. Army, participating in military training and operations. He learned discipline, tactics, and how to face the constant risk of injury or death, experiences that forged his personal resilience and gave him a deep understanding of human behavior in high-pressure, dangerous situations. This military background also contributed to the commanding presence and magnetic appeal that audiences would later recognize in his performances. After the war, Telly Savalas entered Hollywood and became one of the most prominent actors of the 1960s-1980s. He often portrayed tough, authoritative, or cunning characters, including police officers, military personnel, and criminals with complex personalities. His most iconic role was Lieutenant Theo Kojic in the television series Kojic, earning him an Emmy Award and international fame. He also appeared in numerous memorable films such as The Dirty Dozen, 1967, Birdman of Alcatraz, 1962, and Kelly's Heroes, 1970, consistently portraying characters who were cold yet captivating, combining strength, intelligence, and cunning. What made Telly Savalas extraordinary was his ability to transform seemingly simple characters into unforgettable screen icons. He combined real-life toughness and acting talent, allowing audiences to admire and be drawn into every role he played. Although he passed away in 1994, the image of Telly Savalas as a strong, intelligent, and vibrant man remains alive in the memories of viewers and in Hollywood history. Kirk Douglas was born in 1916 in Amsterdam, New York, into a Jewish family of Russian immigrants. His childhood was marked by poverty, with parents working tirelessly to support their children, and Kirk quickly learned resilience, determination, and self-reliance. These challenges shaped him into a courageous and persistent individual, unafraid to face difficulties in both life and career. When World War II broke out, Douglas joined the U.S. Army, undergoing rigorous military training, preparing for the harsh realities of combat, and developing discipline, endurance, and survival skills. Although he did not see direct frontline combat, his military experience gave him a profound understanding of courage, responsibility, and personal fortitude, qualities that later became evident in his performances. After the war, Kirk Douglas entered Hollywood and quickly became one of America's leading film stars. He was known for portraying strong, complex characters with intense internal conflicts. Notable films include Spartacus, 1960, where he played a resilient warrior and leader, Paths of Glory, 1957, reflecting integrity and humanism in war, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, 1954, showcasing strength and intelligence, and Lust for Life, 1956, capturing the tumultuous life of artist Vincent van Gogh. Audiences were captivated by his intense gaze, commanding voice, and ability to convey emotions authentically, from power and determination to vulnerability, making every character vivid and memorable. What made Kirk Douglas extraordinary was his combination of real-life experience, military discipline, and acting talent, transforming each role into a cinematic icon with strong presence and psychological depth. Although he passed away in 2020 at the age of 103, Kirk Douglas remains remembered as a lasting symbol of classic Hollywood, embodying courage, perseverance, and refined artistry in performance. Clint Eastwood was born in 1930 in San Francisco, California, into a middle-class family. His childhood was relatively ordinary, but from a young age, Eastwood displayed independence, resilience, and a strong curiosity. Growing up with everyday challenges shaped his discipline, determination, and self-reliance, qualities that would later define his iconic screen presence. When he reached enlistment age, Eastwood joined the U.S. Army, serving in the infantry and undergoing rigorous training. He completed basic training, developing endurance, discipline, and the ability to respond quickly in high-pressure and dangerous situations. Although he did not see direct combat, his military experience instilled in him courage, responsibility, and steadfastness, elements that would later shape the tough guy characters for which he became famous in Hollywood. After leaving the military, Clint Eastwood entered Hollywood and quickly became a cinematic icon. He gained fame with his role in Sergio Leone's Italian Western Dollars trilogy, where the man with no name became a cultural symbol, cold, stoic, yet magnetic. He later expanded into modern action and dramatic roles, combining subtle emotional expression with a rugged, piercing gaze and deep voice, creating an unmistakable presence on screen. Beyond acting, Eastwood proved himself as a skilled director, with masterpieces such as Unforgiven, 1992, and $1 Million Baby, 2004, winning Oscars for Best Picture and Best Director. His films often explore themes of courage, justice, and inner struggle, reflecting both personal experience and a deep understanding of human nature. What makes Clint Eastwood extraordinary is his ability to combine military experience, personal fortitude, and acting talent, transforming each role into a cinematic icon with power, psychological depth, and unforgettable presence. Even today, the image of Clint Eastwood as a resilient, independent, and nuanced man remains etched in audiences' minds, a lasting symbol of both classic and modern Hollywood. The stories of the 10 Golden Age stars you just watched are more than cinematic legends. They once faced war, confronted danger, and demonstrated the real-life courage of trained warriors. Every glance, every performance, carries the mark of bravery, discipline, and extraordinary resilience. They transformed life or death experiences into artistic power, leaving the world not only classic films but also vivid icons of true humanity. When you see them on screen, remember that behind the lights, they were real-life warriors, strong, inspiring, and unforgettable.